watching Poland Daily Business, and we will talk about the future of the energy, especially in light of the country that leads the Energiewende or energy change in Europe. That's obviously Germany, and Germany has noted a very important milestone because the last few days they had enormous amount of energy produced from the renewables, namely wind. Jakub Wiech of Energetyka24 is our guest tonight, so welcome to the show.
Hello.
And well, there was very good weather in Germany for the energy generations. There was lots of wind. Obviously, the turbines were turning very energetically. And how did it change the Germany's CO2 emission, which is a goal of the Energiewende?
Well, yes, the last few days were full of perfect conditions, perfect atmospherical conditions for generating energy from wind, from the wind turbines. But despite of the fact that during the last weekend, over 40 gigawatts of capacity, of wind capacity were working in Germany, that country could not lower their energy emissions to the level of nuclear-based France, which means that French nuclear power system did it better when it comes to emissions, when it comes to the main goal of European energy transition, which is to lower the CO2 emissions as much as it's possible. It leads to thinking that German Energiewende has nothing to do with saving our climate, with lowering the emission as a first goal of that energy transition. And it's true because this German model of energy transition is built to support the German interest in Europe, to support German economy, and to boost it in a way by helping to Germany to export technologies or fuels like natural gas. And that last several days showed that German Energiewende is not efficient when it comes to reducing CO2 emissions, as it could be if Germany saved their own nuclear power plants, but they are shutting they're down, and the last German nuclear power plant will be closed in the year 2022.
So it means that it shows clearly that the aim of this policy was not to reduce CO2 emission.
Well, the goal of reducing emissions was, as I can say right now, the co-goal, something that goes with the German Energiewende, but it's not the most important target of that process. It's not the number one when it comes to analyzing the specific goals of Energiewende. The most important goal of that energy transition is to support German economy, support German state in economical or and political manner, and so this is why the Germany are involved in Nord Stream 2 project. This is why Germany defends that project in Europe, and this is why Germany is doing all they can to close European nuclear power plants. And right now we have ongoing talks in the European Union regarding taxonomy, which we may describe as a European investment agenda. And Germany is trying really hard to put nuclear power out of taxonomy, to not let European money be spent on nuclear power.
And this very much concerns Poland, who wants to build as much as 6 traditional nuclear blocks next few years.
That's true. The Germany perception and political activities regarding nuclear power is something that we in Poland may see as a threat towards our own nuclear energy project and towards our own energy transition. But luckily, we're not alone with this threat. I mean, Germany are threatening joining or more other countries like France, like Netherlands. In the last month, Germany, one of the German politicians said that he will do all he can to stop the building of new nuclear power plants in Netherlands. So it shows how determined Germans are when coming to blocking the development of nuclear power in Europe.
And they are pretty much very determined to stop against the will of the many European nations. Maybe there will be a common front from Poland, Croatia, Austria, Slovakia to France and Netherlands regarding the nuclear power, and let us treat the nuclear Poland that you mentioned as a Freudian omission this time. Jakub Wiech, Energetyka 24, was our guest, sir. Thank you very much for this conversation.
Thank you.
That was it for Poland Daily Business. We will return tomorrow, same time, so please make sure you are watching our show.